A very pleasant good evening to you. It's yours truly, Brandon Rutherman, host of the newly named College Football Kickoff Show, which will premiere on Facebook and YouTube this coming August the 24th, the first official Saturday of the 2024 college football season, a season unlike any other that we have witnessed in our lifetimes, believe me. Well, the helmets have been put away, the helmetry has been packed up, and we are now in the off-season, or as I like to call it, the withdrawal. Well, who's to say that you have to have a withdrawal? Well, when you're me and you're anxious to want to get the season started, you have to keep your mind about the situation, knowing full well that we're one day closer to the start of perhaps maybe the single biggest college football season that we can recall, with an expanded college football playoff, new teams and new conferences, and everything in between. So, as easy as it would be for me to ponder on such things, the best way to remedy that is to further enhance the love of the game, a love that trumps over everything else, including the National Fake Ball League. There I said it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make the long story short. Yours truly has on the brain right now a total of 5 college football related projects. But to make things easy on everybody, they will be spread out over 2 years. 2 years. Right on up till 2026, providing I live that long. There's 5 of them. And there's going to be at least 1, maybe 2 that'll be launched this year. We really don't have an idea as to how they're going to be done. But the first thing I'm going to announce is that yours truly will, in fact, how am I going to put this? Yours truly is going to try my hand at producing my very own college football commercial. And doing so for the fine folks at the College Football Commission. At some point last year, or points, you may have seen me don a hoodie with the name College Football University. There will be a thorough explanation when the time comes. Just can't do it tonight. I got the idea on the brain. I'm going to work on it sometime between now and, let's say, before the season starts. It's likely going to be the first thing that you're going to see later on this summer before the college football season gets underway. The second thing on the brain, pretty easy. It's basically a review of last season. And last season had a lot going down. Not just across the college football landscape, but right in my own backyard. It was a season unlike any other. A season in which culminated with a lot of wonderful memories. Certainly the bowl season comes to mind, not to mention the fact that W&J had won a second consecutive bowl game. And I find that to be the ideal segue, oddly enough, for the third project. I've been going to Cameron Stadium now for, I believe, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. And that's just for basically college football Saturdays. I believe this will be season number 4 for me at Cameron. But there is a project on the brain called Cameron Crazy, which is not to be confused with the Cameron Crazies at Duke University. No, this is more to do with what all I undergo on game days. Not so much the games themselves, but the game, or the build up before the games, what all gets done, in the story as to how in the world we went from trying to shoot the first show from on the outer periphery of the stadium to where I'm currently perched in the very, I wouldn't call them nosebleeds by any means, but you got to figure the top of the stadium from the standpoint of the bleachers, the top row, and everything in between. It's basically your all-access pass to how I do my game days at Cameron. And believe me, game days at Cameron don't always go according to plan. We've had to deal with wind, we've dropping lanyards everywhere. Just, the things that make it more fun than it should be. So yes, Cameron Crazy. And perhaps the 4th project is probably the biggest one I will take on out of everything that I'm doing. This one is more of my own personal historical significance. Not sure how it's going to be worded by name, but it's either going to be called BR's College Football or Brando's College Football. Those of you who do not know, everybody calls me Brando at W&J. Well, almost everybody. That's just my coworkers. But yes, it's either BR's or Brando's. Maybe we'll put it to a vote. What would you call it? Would you call it BR's? Would you call it Brando's? Whatever's decided upon, we'll stick with that for the rest of the time that I am doing this. So, yeah, we'll put that out there. And I'm just making it up off the top of my head as I'm going along. And what else? Oh, yeah. I should point out, this BR's or Brando's College Football is basically my own personal 40-plus year, almost 50. Well, okay, 40, 45. Let's be kind here. It's basically the trip down memory lane to the teams, the games, and the players I grew up on. Pitt and Penn State will kind of lead things off. There's, Alabama, of course, Oregon, bowl season, all the, Nebraska and the wishbone offense, all the little, things that I've enjoyed as a college football fan. And who knows, I might even channel my inner Keith Jackson. Hello, everybody, it's Keith Jackson, about to talk a little college football. I might do that. College football wouldn't be the same without the late, great Keith Jackson. So, yeah, we got to at least throw that into the mix, too. And last but not least, we have, and this is why we're stretching everything until 2026. 2026 will be a special year because we have what we like to call the tree for all seasons. It is the 20th anniversary of the helmet tree, and there are so many stories that went down from the time I first came up with the idea to the origin in which that kicked everything into high gear, not to mention the fact that there was one helmet that had eluded me for what seemed like an eternity. So yeah, there's so much going on over that time. Starting with a 3-foot fiber optic to the tree that you know and love today. And it's growing in legend and, I suppose, iconic status, maybe? Well, okay, maybe that's stretching it just a little too much. But would you have to figure, the longer that I've been doing this helmet tree, the more it's grown. So, of course, we have to do something special for the 20-year anniversary. But that's still a long ways off. We're talking 2026. So, once again, to put it all in one big nutshell, look for the first ever College Football Commission commercial. And I said that without stumbling on my words. We also have the 2023 season review, both on the local and national levels and everything in between. Number 3. What was number 3? I'm forgetting already, and I don't have a script in front of me. What was the third thing? What in God's name? Oh, Cameron Crazy, of course. Yes, we gotta. That's number 3, Cameron Crazy. And who knows? If I'm lucky, I might do the due diligence of turning it into one of them NFL Films type sound bites where you might actually get to see and hear me in action at a W&J game. Those of you who've known me and have been close with me all these years already know that story. But believe me, there's nothing like it being there at a W&J game, cheering my boys on, knowing they're appreciating the support, and the coaches, yes, the coaches, gladly echoing those same sentiments as the players do. And I know that to be true. So yes, the College Football Commission commercial, the 2023 season review, Cameron Crazy, BR's or Brando's college football, and the tree for all seasons. Those are the 5 projects that will go down between now and 2026. And along the way, we are going to be watching and witnessing history being made all over the college football landscape beginning this fall. Cannot wait for it. So, now that I've given you what I got on the plate, keep it here for all things college football, the latest and the greatest, as we count down towards the season opener on August 24th for the College Football Kickoff Show. From all of me to all of you, it's BR signing off. Or is that Brando signing off? BR signing off, Brando signing off. I'm a two-headed monster with a three-sided brain. Oh, the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the medulla oblongata are going to have a meeting after this is over, let me tell you. So anyway, you guys know it. From all of me to all of you, this has been your off-season edition of the College Football Kickoff Show, and we'll talk to you later on this off-season. Have yourselves a great one. Good night, everybody.